Hello everybody, welcome back to Fanblade. It's lovely to see you again, although in reality I can't see you and you know that. As I'm filming this, today is the 22nd of May 2021. I have located a receipt from my very first ever bass guitar that I bought from Max Sound on the 22nd of May 1996. So today is my 25th anniversary of being a bass guitar owner. My parents were excavating in their garage and they found it. Or what's left of it anyway. Yeah, I really don't have any excuses for this. This bass guitar was the victim of an inquiring mind and over-enthusiastic amateurism. Me and my cousin did all sorts of nasty things to it. There are burn marks, there's a staple in it there. We shot BB pellets at it. The neck and pickups for this bass actually went onto another guitar, which was then sold to somebody who I know, but unfortunately, they've now moved to England. So, my dad challenged me to restore this thing with the minimum of fuss and get it playing for my 25th anniversary. However, that won't be happening. What I have instead, I have got someone else's first bass. Yeah, it is a Karina branded precision bass copy. There have been modifications to it. There's stickers all over the back. It is now fretless, and it appears that the fret slots have been filled with wood filler. Yeah, essentially the project here is to clean it all up. I'm going to refret it because I do not need another fretless bass. What I actually want is a good fretted bass that I can put the real treat in. This is a set of vintage Bartolini humbuckers. So they will be going in this bass once we've cut some holes in it, put some frets back in it, clean it all up, take the stickers off, possibly cut a little bit of weight relief. We'll chamber out a little bit under here, and we'll have to cut some more holes for the pickups, so hopefully it should come out not too heavy, because at the moment it's not really heavy, but I'd prefer it to be lighter. It's got a nice solid neck on it, good chunky P-bass neck, nothing like a good slab of maple in your hand. It's great. I've not plugged it in yet, so I'm not sure what we're going to get, but I suppose the time is now. Here's a plug. Okay, it's alive. It doesn't sound half bad, actually, is it? E string is very quiet. I wonder if that's in tune. Doesn't matter, let's see what we get. That sounds not too bad. Presumably that's a neck pickup. Yep. Yep. So pickup selector switch is working. Volume knob's a little bit crackly, but that's actually working a lot better than I thought it would. So neck pickup. Bridge pickup. I see. The both pickups are well angled, so G's quite loud, E's quite quiet, but even through this horrible little guitar amp, that actually sounded not too bad. Conundrums. Do I restore it as is, or do I make it the way I want it? I think I'll make it the way I want it. I'm getting there with these stickers. Some of them are coming off easier than others. There's going to be people out there saying, oh, you should have left those stickers on, some of them were alright. Well, I don't support corporate branding of any kind. The SPCA sticker, yeah, like I support what they do, but I don't particularly like their logo. However, DFTBA, don't forget to be awesome. Unless that's like a website or a band that I've never heard of, I like that. That's just a generally good sentiment. I'm going to leave that one. The rest of them, these, like the Apple logos, just won't peel off at all. I'm going to need to start them with a razor blade. I generally don't like doing that because you do risk scratching the body. But this one's already kind of scratched and dinged up anyway, so I'm not too concerned. But there is a lot of sticky residue, so I'm going to don some gloves and get out the old wax and grease remover and give the thing a damn good clean because it's filthy. Speaking of giant corporation logos, Karina as a brand is pretty much, that's all it is. It's just a name that's put on instruments made somewhere in Asia, and they're bought into New Zealand, and the local distributor has just put their name on it and sent them out to stores. They're actually not bad. It is a one-piece maple neck. It's a three-piece, I'm gonna say ash body, although we'll find out more when I actually get into it. There's not a whole lot of information about Karina out there. There was one website that I found where they were speculating that they might have been made in Korea. Okay, I'll take that. Korea make good guitars. Court, Samick, World Music, although I don't know if World Music made this. This is a fine place to start. And it's obviously been a fine instrument because it's been played, it's been loved. Somebody's wanted to customise it, and they've done it the only way they knew how, and I am now undoing that work so that I can redo it my way. It is time to take it to bits and see what's inside. We will start by taking the neck off and setting that aside, because I think that's a job for another day, possibly the next video. Right now I'm very keen on seeing what's going on under here, what's going on with the electronics, and seeing how I can fit some Bartolinis in. Yes. That's going to look chunky. Alright, so the camera done run out of juice, and you missed a whole chunk of that, but this is getting very interesting. I like to see the full-size pots, not the little small ones you get these days. I can just see some writing under there. If I pop one of these off, we'll see if we're dealing with 500Ks or 250s. Probably 500s, but it's worth checking. A250. Also worth noting, the remnants of the original plastic. Still under there. Right. So this thing's never been taken apart. Right. A250. I wonder if that is a 250 on the volume knob as well. We will find out very shortly. Yeah. B250. That'll probably be why it sounded so good. Just a bit more thump in your signal. Or I should say, a bit less thump being sucked out of your signal. Nice. Clean the dust off that. And very good. I will keep those pots, because there's nothing wrong with them. However, the pickups, I cannot say the same for. I don't know what's under these stickers. I can't be bothered trying to clean those off, and see what's there, because I know what's there. They're just going to be cheap pickups. I mean, there's nothing there. However, there does appear to be a marking on the wood just under that pickup there, so this might give us some clue as to where it's from. Okay, so it's definitely ash. That's absolutely ash. I have done the pushpin test and it's quite hard. I nearly had to second guess myself because I saw all of these lines down in there. Yeah, that's not good, but it's definitely not plywood because solid neck pocket there, and also you couldn't put a curve or have a belly carve without the plywood showing. Now, so what's caused that? Well, simple answer, CNC. Round and round, little pass at a time. In fact, I would say 4mm, 3mm at a time. So this then is not a 1970s instrument. It is most likely, if I had to guess, based on the condition and everything else about it, I would, to be honest, I would probably date this either late 90s, early 2000s, just based on what I'm seeing, which is, I'm seeing a fairly well-made thing. There's no weirdness on it, and everything looks like it's done with fairly modern techniques. The foam hasn't perished. A lot of the times that foam just crumbles. There are no clues. There is a big splodgy mess in there. I cannot figure out what that means. So, therefore, I am simply going to call it a approximately turn of the millennium aged bass. From here, the thing I really want to do is actually weigh it, because it's not really heavy, but it's certainly not as light as I would like it. And we are going to be, taking away some weight, but adding a fair amount more. So I'm going to pull out the scales, and I'm going to see how much this weighs, how much I would like it to weigh, and then we'll talk about weight relief. 2.26 kgs. Okay, now let's add things to it. 4.135 kgs. I wonder how much frets weigh. I think we can assume that it's going to be about 4.2. Now, that's too heavy. I do not want a bass that heavy. Therefore, what I'm going to have to do is cut, let's say half a kilogram out of all of this. But that's alright. Ash is very hardy, very resilient, makes an excellent guitar, and it also is very stiff. So I can cut a big chunk out of here, and I can even take a chunk out of here as well. What I am going to do, though, is make sure I leave a strip down the centre so that this area doesn't get weakened from where the neck's joined on. It's just, we want to keep some stiffness in this area, but take some weight out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tack the pickguard on with just a couple of screws, draw around it with a whiteboard marker, and then I'm going to get on the drill press and hog out a giant chunk of that body. Yeah. weight of the body is 1.86 kgs. So I've forgotten how much it weighed before, but I'll put that on screen now. Cool, so we've taken that amount of weight out. What's the total weight going to be? The total weight is now 3.58 kgs. Fantastic! There's a bit more work to do. I'm intending on putting one pickup for the bridges there, basically smack bang over the top of that hole for the bridge pickup, and then the neck pickup I like sort of more neck. So whereas the original P pickup would have been there, I'm going to shift this up a little bit, which means I actually need to take out probably another inch or so of that. As for mounting these pickups, I believe they go on springs. I'll probably put a bit of foam underneath them as well, and if I can't find screws that are long enough, then I'll just have to find some longer screws, or I can simply glue a small block to actually just mount that on, and then the pickguard will go over the top. Alright, that is looking good. I can fit the neck pickup sort of about there, and that's going to, I feel like that's going to be about right. The next thing, of course, is to make a new pickguard, because that one, obviously, as great as it looks, it's the wrong hole, it's the wrong one. So, what I'm going to do is take some 3mm acrylic. It is clear, so I'll be able to see everything through it, but what I've done to recreate the tortoiseshell effect is I've actually taken a photo of this, then I've thrown it on the computer and I've done things to it, and then I've been to a place and I've printed it out. So clear acrylic over the top of that, and that's pretty flimsy. I'm going to stick it to some cardboard so it's a bit more rigid, and I bought some glue. So, making a pickguard out of acrylic. Yes. Right, well that is very much starting to look like a thing, isn't it? That's going to look pretty excellent. Yeah, and I don't have a bass anything like it, not even close to it, so very happy. We're going to have to end it there because this video is already stupidly long. This seems like a nice place to conclude it, and next week I will refret the defretted neck, or undefret it, if I can coin a phrase with a double negative in it, and we'll put the rest of the thing together, and I've got plans to make some serious rock and roll on this thing, so please join me then. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, thank you very much for subscribing, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.